This is an example of data measured from a silver monochromator. There are many peaks in this spectrum, many more than you'd see from aluminium, and for XPS the idea is that you should be able to choose a peak and create a quantification region and then scale the intensity from this particular peak so that no matter which of these peaks I had chosen, the scaled intensity would be a measure of how much gold is in the surface. So let us illustrate this point by looking at a pair of peaks for which it is clear the relationship between them in terms of the photo emission process. So I've already created here a peak that I will call A, and I'm now going to create a second region which I'm going to call B, and I've put these two regions here on the spectra so that I can integrate the area for each one of these peaks. And if I were to use the area of this larger peak, let me just illustrate where that is. If I use the area of A then and don't scale it, I would have more gold signal than if I used B. So in order to compensate for this, we introduce relative sensitivity, and in this case A is 1.5 times bigger than B. And I know this because there is a known relationship between these two peaks because they both emanate from the same doublet, and the ratio of these peaks should be 6:4 in favor of A. And that's exactly what, if I scale the intensities by a relative sensitivity relative to B of 1.5, then the percent concentration, which I can also see here if I put up a quantification table over the data, you can see that when I scale according to the physical processes that I understand associated with these peaks, I do indeed get the same amount. That's 50-50 in terms of the scaled area. And if I can do this for all of the peaks in an XPS spectrum, then I will have a table that will of scaling factors that will be the relative sensitivity factors for measuring gold, regardless of which peak I choose. So all of these peaks are possible candidates, all emanating from gold, and if I have relative sensitivity, so if I can determine the area of this peak relative to A or B, then I can still measure my amount of gold.